Welcome, everybody. Ernest Justin Turkey Leg here again with another face to face. Two two very tough females here, representing the NXTV brand. Of course, we have Dixie, who's been around for many years,
Oh, love.
and the hot newcomer here in XTV, Tia Ray, no stranger to the ring herself.
Glad to be here, Justin.
Uh, Very interesting situation we have between these two. Seems like a heated rivalry has started, and I personally felt like after listening to your last interview, Dixie, that you had on '90s podcast, I felt like there's only one way that we can just kind of get some kind of understanding before we go into this XTV03, and that is to have a one-on-one, face-to-face with y'all two. This is the first time you guys have been in a room with each other, and it's crazy. Ever since these comments have been thrown out there, I guess I'll just start right at the top. I mean, we already know why we here. The people know that, this all took place because Tia, you didn't like a comment that Dixie had said on Alex's podcast. And, one of the first things that stood out to me when I had Tia on my podcast is when she said that Dixie is ignorant of the truth. And,
Oh,
and that Tia, you said that you was there to set it straight.
and I did, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I said everything that I had to say, and if she can't understand,
Ladies, I'm sorry to you, please, we had a little situation last time with Nikki and Yosi, and they kind of, got a little bit too, you know, gimmicky. So let's just try to let each other talk. When it's their turn, don't cut each other off.
sorry.
You both have your time to speak. Please continue, Tia.
I mean, I answered the question. I mean, she said that, I'm trying to hold up something, and I basically just said everything that I had to say right there on the podcast. If you can hear, then I said it there.
Dixie, Tia said that you are ignorant of the truth, and that Tia wanted to set. She says that she said everything straight there on the podcast. Your thoughts on that?
She didn't say I was ignorant of the truth. She said I was ignorant. Period. You know what I mean? She was saying so much shit. Like she was talking about, it's something wrong with her, and she's talking about ignorant of the truth. I'm not talking about like the truth of the matter is these guys, they got NXTV ready, but they couldn't get you because they had to spend some money, and you're the only character that's knew that they had to do that to, and that's some foul ass shit. And I'm the one that's out here calling it out, saying fuck you. You know what I mean? Like no, think about it, Justin. Like nobody in the history of XTV has ever did that. You know what I mean? And when I say hold the process up, maybe that's the wrong form of a wrong term. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like, when we make Killer, like, or anybody, whoever, Two Rings, it's never no issue with creating them. It's never no like, damn, we gotta spend money. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Is like the fact that we had to do that. It's like, and I'm sitting here like, fuck you, bougie bitch. You're not that special. That's what I gotta say. You know what I mean? I'm not ignorant of the truth. I know what you did, and you're wrong for what you did.
Tia, man, heavy words.
I don't know where all this animosity is coming towards. I mean, it's obvious that she like really believes in XTV, and like I'm happy about that. But it's clear that you didn't even listen to one iota of a word that I said, because I clearly said that I personally did not have anything to do with any money, or I didn't held nobody up. But yes, you are using the wrong terminology, because you're completely wrong and you are ignorant of the truth. That's exactly what I said. You can go back and play it. You're ignorant of the truth. The truth of the matter is that we had to, Miss Martha, she came back and apologized to me, said, I'm sorry, Tia, because she didn't recognize the fact that the Kurt Angle pack and the Seen Enough pack was like a completely different deal that you had to go on the PlayStation store and buy. That had nothing to do with me. The Seen Enough pack provides extra stuff for John Cena. The Kurt Angle pack brings Kurt Angle to the game. I have nothing to do with neither one of those two. at all. So, I mean, so they had to get that in order to get me, but that had to do with Miss Martha and Caesar's 43, and then I also said that I'm fine. Like you don't have to go through Caesars. I'll sign an XTV contract, and you can deal with me exactly how you dealt with Cassidy, and that's exactly what we were going to do. That was the next step. But Miss Martha was so excited.
Did you just throw something at her?
No, I hit that roach.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys.
Miss Martha was so excited because she was able to get me, and the Scene Enough pack was like $5, and the Kurt Angle pack was like $7. So she's calling me out of my name and all this, which is what she's been doing since day one. Calling me out of my name, and she doesn't even know me. That's why, I said that she probably must have some kind of a mental problem, because not once did I say anything derogatory towards her. I did not call her no kind of B or nothing like that, and I'm not going to lower myself to your standards.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Dixie.
Ooh, you're foo. Ooh. But nah, it's like, but because look, prior to this, ladies and gentlemen, people were talking about that, okay? I think Millennium talked about what she did on his podcast. He talked about how, breaking news, like Tia Ray's not going to be on it. And it's funny. It took me to call her a bitch for doing what she did, for her to finally respond. If you didn't have anything to do with it, you would have then came out when Mill called you out, or whoever called you out before me. But it took me, a real person, to call you out of your name for holding the process up, And yeah, you explained the Scene Enough pack and all of that stuff. And the thing with that is, it's like, okay, you got whoever that girl is on your squad, Cassie or whatever, they didn't have to spend money on her. They made their own. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, we improvise, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make it a big deal about money. What I'm really trying to say is like, fuck that spending money shit. Let's just get somebody better. Akira was already ready, and they were like, okay, well, Tia's not going to fight for it. Akira is, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, cool. I thought that was good because, like I said, at least they didn't have to use the Cena pack or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you personally, but you got your hand in it. You know what I mean? They had to spend a little bit of money to get whatever outfit or whatever you had to get. You know what I mean? That's my issue, you know what I mean, personally, and yeah, I'm gonna call you out your name because like I said, when Mill and them called you out on the other podcast prior, you didn't say anything, you know what I mean? And so, like, already there's rumblings like, okay, well, why she not saying nothing? She thinks she's too good for XTV, So then when Nick was reading the story, and I'm like, because at first I was trying to, when Nick was talking about that on Alex's podcast, 006, he's like, yeah, and I'm like, wait, what story is he talking about? And I immediately thought of you. It's like, and I thought about the fact that you're not saying nothing, you're not coming out and saying these different things, so I'm like, so that bitch, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I feel, that's how a lot of people feel, and that's what Dixie is, she comes out here and she tells the truth, you know what I mean? And then, I'm sorry, Justin, but
I ain't gonna get into my questions today. Y'all go ahead, do y'all thing.
I'm sorry,
man. It's okay.
I'm sorry, man, but
this is what like, it's for.
And then it's like I pointed out on 90s podcast, it's like, oh, you opened the one podcast with Justin, and you go, oh, I don't have any animosity towards her, you know what I mean? But if you continue listening on in the interview, all of the shit you're saying sounds like animosity, sounds like you have an issue, you know what I mean? And you'll get dealt with on For Love Gray.
Can I just, first of all, just rebuttal by saying that's exactly what I'm talking about. And like, I listened to your little spill on the other show that you did, and it's just like, everything that you say about me is clearly like relevant to what you are. You are the ignorance that you're calling me. Everything that you're saying, Millennium did not even say anything about me. The only thing that was ever out about me not coming to 2018 was the podcast that you were sitting there with your brother
It was
on.
stuff before. I'm sorry. It was stuff before that though. It was stuff before that.
Well,
You
people,
can-
no, it's true. Dixie is right because people
Yeah.
was talking about, the fact, like, it was out, and they took a picture of it because it was a big deal. You know what I mean?
But that's not, how is it my fault that Miss Martha or XTV or whoever wants me to be a part of the company? Like, how is that my fault? If Miss Martha wanted to go ahead and make me and do exactly what she did with Cassidy, then that's what she would have did,
But you could. But I'm sorry. But you could at least. My thing is, you could at least, if you're not a bitch, you could at least came out and said, to the fans when the story was.
Because I don't have to come out and say anything.
When the story was
It
circulating.
is what it is, and the bottom line is with that is that like everything was still pending. Miss Martha was saying we're gonna
It took
wait.
me to
She
say
was still.
something.
It did not take you to say anything. You didn't have to open your mouth. You opened your mouth and said, "Oh, that bitch," and so
Yeah.
that's what made me realize. Okay, she's got an issue with me. She's got a problem with me. And so what do? We're in XTV. We're not just here to just stand by and just look around. We're here to fight. So you called me out of my name. Guess what? You're gonna get dealt with. And yes, I did say that I didn't have any animosity towards you at the time. You know why? Because I did see like a little, and that's what I said on the podcast. I said for a split second, I saw a little bit of human, for the moment, and I lost animosity because, I wasn't upset with you at the time because it's just like, here's a girl, and that's why the first thing I said on Justin's podcast was, here's a girl that just doesn't know what she's talking about. Again, yes, you are ignorant of the truth. Ignorant meaning you don't know anything about what you're talking about. You're getting all upset about
And
an
you were
issue
ignorant and
that's
explaining
just.
the truth.
How am I ignorant and explaining the truth?
Because you
you're
didn't
too
say
slow to get it.
You didn't say it to after the fact. After I called you out, when other people were already calling you out, that's when you want to put it out there. Bottom line.
Big Trunks Dematic came up to me and said what he said, and on his show, I had said, "Thank you, Big Trunks, because I've been looking for a forum to be able to speak out on matters." And it's like, I don't know, like, how you guys are dealing with things, but like NXTV is like for the world. That's why we have this program that's going to be going out in front of for the whole world to see, so like when something breaking happens, like it's gonna get broadcast, and I want to be able to tell my side of the story so that everybody can see that, like I don't have any kind of issues or anything like
That
that.
is so lame to me, and this is why. Okay, you said thank you to Big Trunks for letting you get on the forum.
Yes.
Wait. When this is XTV, we can easily just pick up something and say something. For instance, the little recording with me and Killer and Wells. That's not something we planned and something that I waited for Killer to have me interview. No, that's something that we just
Well,
decided.
it didn't come out until after I had cleared the air.
That
I
was
felt
actually
like it should have been
on
over
top of that.
when I
On
finished.
top of that, that was a whole recording. Like those were bits and pieces of this big, hour long or however long that recording was. Those were just bits and pieces. It's like, and that was put out there because I was talking about you, because Killer asked, so Dixie, how do you feel about Tia? And then I explained it. I'm like, that's just fool as hell. You know what I mean?
So that was just like, it was like a recording that was already going on, and
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
saw was a clip.
Exactly. That.
Yeah, it's not like
and
Killer
it's-
was just interviewing y'all. Y'all was all hanging out.
Yeah, because certain sections are cut out. I know you guys can't tell, but yeah, certain things are cut out because like that was the piece that was talked about. And we like, man, XTV East has to hear this because we knew that was going to be intriguing. You know what I mean? And I said what I said on there. It's like I thought that shit was lame as hell. You know what I mean? And just everything you say, you go tell me. I'm happy for my sister and stuff, and like shit, I was happy for my sister. I was happy. I'm happy for the whole clique. But when I see little things like that, it's gonna rub me the wrong way. It rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Nobody in XTV
Because-
wait. Nobody in XTV is politically correct, and we're gonna say the truth. You know what I mean? Like I said, the main point I made at the beginning of what I was just talking about is you waited on Trunks. Really? You waited on somebody to interview you when you could have came out yourself, just hit record on this and said what you had to say? You waited for me to say something.
Okay, well, you know what? Like, excuse me, but XTV and the way you guys do your thing over here, like, you gotta realize, like, I'm an outsider, and I don't just pick up no microphone and just throw up stuff on YouTube. I don't have time for that. Like, you even talked about me not being with you guys at the 2GN. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really my fault that I was with my family. I mean, you're gonna hold me accountable because I wasn't there. What, did you miss me or something? Nobody else had no issue. Nobody else had said, "Hey Tia, damn, you wasn't at the Thanksgiving." I can name a handful of people who wasn't there.
90's the one who brung it up. 90's the
No,
one.
you said that.
I
You
thought
said that
90
on his podcast. You're like, "Oh, she didn't come to the Thanksgiving," and then you cut your thought off by saying, that it's all about the media, with which I do agree with, but at the end of the day, like, and then you sit there and you said something like, "I have some kind of deep rooted animosity." How in the hell can I have deep rooted animosity?
You said that.
When?
You said that you didn't have it, but like I said, further on and listening into what you were saying, it shows animosity. The words you were saying, the things you were saying about me. Listen, when you sit there and you spew,
What did I say then?
when you spew out words such as Dixie's ignorant, Dixie's this, and you don't explain.
I said you're ignorant of the truth.
No, you didn't say ignorant.
That
of the
is
truth.
what I said.
You said ignorant. Period on the first one.
Well, go back and look at it. That's exactly
We
what
got
I
it
said.
right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And I'm not even talking about this one, the other one.
The one with trunks.
Not even the one with trunks. I don't even remember. We've done so many.
I've only been in like 2 interviews. I
But-
did one with Trunks and one with Justin. There's not much to choose from. I can back up everything that I say.
Well, ladies, let's kind of move on and kind of,
So
get
sorry,
get back
we're
to
still going against the rules. I'm sorry.
It's all good, this is why, I was like, you guys got to meet face to face, and this is only supposed to be a 7-minute thing.
That's right.
Yeah. So y'all guys covered a whole lot of things. I got here. Tia said that she's happy for Akira. And you guys pointed that out. Let me see. I got the. She's 2017's most downloaded. On my podcast, Tia Ray had said that you, compared to her, you ain't even popping. I mean, she's 2017's most downloaded, and she said that she's happy for Akira Ray because like now, on the 2018 that she's getting more downloads, and she happy for her.
Well, look, Justin, we haven't even started yet. You know what I mean?
What's that? Who haven't?
XTV West. NXTV West, she says I'm not popping like that.
All you have to do is just go up and just put yourself up. It's easy, and there's a slot open
I'm
right
not gonna
now.
put myself. We're
Of
not.
course you're
we're,
not.
Yeah. We're not doing anything yet. We're not gonna do anything till we're fully ready. You know what I mean? That's what it is with NXTV West. Certain things have to be finished. I even said that on the 90% podcast. You know what I mean? I said, we're working on so much because we don't want to just do everything. We got a lot we're working on, you know what I mean? And it's different on how we're working on things. That's why I haven't uploaded myself. A lot of things as far as NXTV West, you don't even know this, but the conglomerate, Flamingo and Too Hot, they got fined. You know what I mean? When they won the tag belts, they weren't supposed to fight for the tag belts. Everybody on NXTV West, we're not really supposed to be as active. We can play the game and do those little things like that, you know what I mean? And show off gimmicks, but we're not going to start till we're done. That's what's going on. You know what I mean?
And the way that you guys do your stuff is exactly how the East Coast does stuff. And that's why me, Cassidy, and Akira weren't at 2GN. Because, they were like, okay, we're going to go with Raylan this year. And it's like certain people, they just have to, just like how the West Coast does things, people have their time because there's a whole lot of people. So it's like everybody is not going to be able to
I'm not even
shine.
talking about that no more. I'm talking about the fact that you on some shit talking something ain't popping. You don't hear the fans going crazy.
Yeah,
The
you're
streets are gonna
popping. You're popping in XTV, baby. I'm popping worldwide.
Good
Go
for
check out the
you,
numbers.
man. I don't
That's why I
care.
said put yourself
Who
up.
cares?
Okay then, because you're trying to say it's all about Akira. That's good. I'm happy.
I
want
said
it
it's
to
all
be
about Akira because
Yeah.
I like Akira. I didn't. I
I'm
wasn't,
glad you
okay.
like her.
I wasn't saying that to discredit you or
Yeah,
nothing you do.
you're like I'm supposed to be mad that it's
That's
Akira.
not why I said it. I said it because I liked Akira. Period.
Sorry about this.
Yeah. But that's why I said it, because I like the Kara. You're sitting there thinking that I'm saying it to start a little beef or whatever. No, I like her because I like her, and that's just what I said. I said a better athlete and not a bitch. You know what I mean? And I meant what I said. And sure.
I'm gonna get out my last thoughts because we are kind of running over time.
Jeez, man.
This is going go down though. Clearly, nothing is really being solved here. You guys both stand on where you stand on.
She continues to stand on the fact of what she wants to believe, and every time I put the truth out there, she just wants to be mad. Like
I never said I'm mad.
no,
Though.
yeah, but it shows. You don't have to say anything. Calling somebody out of their name, like the way you
You
are.
have a roach coming towards you.
Yeah, this alright. This roach is in here. Yeah, this is what we got.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is at this point. Like, and you're like, if you lose, you lose. You're gonna lose. And another thing, like, and that's what I was saying about that, like, cause you're trying to make it like, you said something like, you're helping me out, like. I don't need you. I don't need this match.
If you didn't need the match, you wouldn't have never accepted it. You would have just deaded it then. You need the match because you need the match.
I took the match because you called me out of my name. So I'm like, okay, she got a problem. I'm gonna see her. Like, I'm not just, and that's why I was like, I'm not scared
In
of you
the end,
because
it's still helping you out because it's making you more relevant.
well, thank you, but guess what? I don't need your help.
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna get there
I don't care
anyways.
if you don't need it or not. The
Thank
fact
you.
is, I'm doing it.
Thank you. Thank you for your charity. So what? What's that doing for you?
They're saying that's what it is because I've been here longer and I've been established.
That
and you're
doesn't
just
matter.
trying to get to where
That
I
doesn't
am.
matter because guess what? The Ray family is worldwide. Like, a whole lot of people see me. That's my point. And XTV, like, the way you're looking at it is gonna be prehistoric in a couple years. And like, if you're not like a major person, like worldwide, that's not really gonna matter. It's not gonna be about like the XTV people. It's gonna be about the people who affect the world. So, like, you can stay in your prehistoric mindset, but we're the future. And you're just trying to piggyback off of the young people over there in NXTV West because you've been around all this time, and now you finally want to get a little
That's
bit
not
of
even
shine.
what the fact is.
That's XTV's charity to you.
They told me they wanted me to be a part of this. They did the same thing when the first NXT first started. They got older people on there in order to help the young rookies. Idiot. That's why the fuck I'm doing it. You're so stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I know you said no insults, but fuck that hoe.
No, it is what it is.
You can say whatever you want to say. All your insults just bounce off me because you're way lower than me, and that's what's going to show. The world's going to see this.
See how I just
the
proved the
world's
point?
going to see it.
She only responds to when somebody calls her out. But when somebody puts her in a corner, she just
What
doesn't
corner
focus
did you
on
put
that.
me in?
Because I just proved the point that you said, oh yeah, you're just doing it to get relevant again or whatever to come back to NXTV. I just told you why I'm doing it. To help out.
Well, it
but
doesn't
you're
matter.
too ignorant to realize it.
At the end of the day, the whole bottom line is this whole thing started because you opened your mouth about Tia Ray, and guess what? Like, I'm not just gonna stand for that.
Good.
You're gonna at
Who
the end
cares?
of it. That's right. Yeah, you don't care, but at the end, you're gonna care. You're gonna respect me. And that's what's going to happen at XTV03. You're not going to have no choice. You're going to be looking up at them lights, and it's going to be because of me. You're going to be on the losing end of Tia Ray, and you're going to have no choice but to respect me because you lost.
It's a word.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another edition of XTV Face to Face. Thank you for joining us. XTV03, ladies and gentlemen, and in my opinion, I think that this is the biggest attraction to this show. I know we got, Yosi and Nikki on top. We got the Iron Man match with Killer and David B-Boy, which is also quite personal. But this is the topic of discussion for XTV03. Dixie, Tia, I want to thank you ladies for doing this. Thank y'all for being with us. Thank you for cooperating with the rules. And until next time, y'all, stay tuned.